Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, or Senstaku, as you might know me on Twitter, the executive producer here, and I just want to thank you for watching. It really means a lot to us that people watch, listen to, and enjoy our shows. If you want to help us keep making these shows as fun and lively as they can be, please join your fellow fans in supporting us at our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms or by subscribing to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/finalshowfilms. It really means a lot to us that the amount of you who do support us continue to do so, especially our $25 plus tier supporters on Patreon. Antitonic, Cat Waterflame, Samantha Bates, Maureen Monty, and Bradley Alexander. Every little bit helps, so thank you to all of our patrons and subs. Check us out on Twitter at Final Show Films and on our website at www.finalshowfilms.com for updates, go-live notifications, and more. We love interacting with you, so feel free to tweet at us or email us at finalshowfilms@gmail.com. That being said, please relax and enjoy. We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Shadows of the Neon, our Werewolf the Apocalypse game set in Las Vegas that we're running here on Final Show Films. My name is Jack. I am your storyteller for this World of Darkness narrative. And joining me this evening, we have Craig.
Hello, I'm Craig. I have demuted myself again. I'm playing Sal Moraro, the Glasswalker Ragabash.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Dakota. She is Lupus Galliard Uctana.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Alexandra Core, Black Fury Metis Philodox.
And John.
John, I'm playing Hakal, the Hamed Strider Theurge.
Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin, and I am playing Anya, Metis Galliard Silverfang.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Ingvar Ulfsdotter as the Hamid Geta Fenris Arun.
And Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy. I am playing Aiden Taylor, Hamid Philodox, Child of Gaia.
And last time we were in Vegas, the Wings pack escaped the aftermath of the battlegrounds, having witnessed the Nez Perce defeat at the hands of the U.S. Army despite their best efforts to forestall it. The entire pack fell under the Weaver-infested onslaught, waking up post-mortem, as it were, in the Umbra proper, expelled upon death from the battleground realm. They found themselves in a place known as the World of the Waste, a location their totem Dustbringer is marginally familiar with. The environment here is barren and dry, with dust flung by nearly incessant winds tearing across a bleak landscape, only dimly lit by the half-obscured sky. Hakao summoned a spirit to guide them through the Badlands, and a tense journey ensued as the pack sought what's known as a transition zone to reach the Penumbra, the part of the spirit world that is closest to the material world. The World of the Waste, however, is no stranger to the worm's corruption, and the danger increased as they progressed. Now we return to the pack as they pick their way toward their destination, very close, but confronting the fact that a nexus of corruption lies directly in their path as the howls of the worm's minions rise into the umbral sky in the distance. You guys are standing on a low ridge looking down into an inky black hole, probably a good 20 yards across, if not larger, seemingly dug and excavated fairly recently, with a horrific scent of corruption rising out of it. And from multiple directions, distance, you hear the howls rise. They sound like versions of communication that your spirit side is familiar with, but horribly mangled and with a level of intimidation that definitely worms its way down your spine and pulls at whatever frazzled nerves you guys still have intact after your experiences
So-
in the battleground.
I'm sorry, you threw out for half a second there. So you may have already said, but what I was going to specifically, does this sound like general, like Bane bad thing howls, or these specific familiar howl of
Go ahead and give me
spirals?
right. Go ahead and give me a intelligence and expression roll.
And I don't know if I could figure this out just from hearing it, but does it sound like these are howls of, oh, look, things are in our territory, time to kill? Or are these just more normal howls of communication?
You can make an intelligence and expression. These will all be at difficulty 6.
3.
As well.
Yeah, I'd like to make that one too. For what does it mean?
And are any of the sounds coming from in the pit, or are they all off on the horizon?
You can make a perception and alertness difficulty 6 as you're attempting to determine the vector from which these sounds are coming.
Does my analytical specialization apply for this?
Yeah.
You said difficulty 6 on that one?
Difficulty 6 on all of these. Yep.
And that's etiquette or expression?
Expression.
I botched.
The only thing you know, Alex,
6
is that
successes.
this is bloody fucking terrifying.
Yep.
Working our way up the list. Sal, you are hearing them from a couple different positions, kind of further out. You don't hear anything arising directly from the hole itself. Aiden, as you're picking that up, it's not a classic, but it definitely has that vibe of Garou-esque.
Hey.
Definitely wormish, definitely Garou-esque. It's not like a classic whippoorwill howl, but it's got that sort of vocalization that you'd expect this to be coming from the throat of a werewolf rather than necessarily something else.
We've got to fucking move now.
I got 6 successes on my check.
Hekau, you are these are howls of a territory that's been violated. They are on the hunt for intruders.
Yep. To the spirit that is guiding us, we need to pick up the pace quickly.
Yeah, I got contacts there, and he'll point out where he heard him coming from.
And then over the mental link.
Need to go the other way.
Over the mental link, they have definitely spotted us.
We need to run the other way now.
So based on where Sal is pointing, it's what you guys would probably call eastish is where these things are coming from, which is fortunately the opposite direction from your general vector of progress that you've been making towards where your hummingbird spirit has indicated that the transition zone is likely located. And Aiden gives the order to move. I will need dexterity and athletics rolls from everybody. Make sure you're in whatever form you had been shapeshifted into for your modifiers.
Aiden is taking a moment to shift to Krynos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 6 on these for your dexterity and athletics as you guys start an all-out run.
It's my... Oh, there it is, shapeshifting. Okay. And yeah. And if he gets less successes than anybody else, he's making sure he is the last person.
Okay.
to the point that if he is shoving people so that they are moving faster.
All right.
Sal's going to shift to Hispo, actually.
0
Okay.
successes.
Or picking someone up if need be.
Oh, cow.
Because I can't go any faster.
Wasn't the difficulty 6, Jack?
Yes, difficulty was 6.
John, is this something you have an increased difficulty on?
Oh, that was difficulty 6.
Yeah, he got a 7, but he also
Oh.
got a 1, so that eliminated.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, and 7.
I really hate the canceling math in this. Impossible.
Ingvar will carry Hikau if need be, considering she's done that before.
All right. Specifically, what I need to know first, though, is who is in the front. Who's that going to be?
Me.
We
If
can go by
Aiden's
successes.
insistent on being in the back, I'll be in the front.
I mean,
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sal's happy to be in the back.
I was in the front. Whoever picks me up, I don't know. Because I was leading.
Oh, right.
The
Aiden will
fallen spirit.
let Ingvar do it because stronger.
Okay. And if Anya is in the front, I'll need a perception and survival difficulty 6 from you.
Yeah.
Attempt to follow a very small, very quick moving spirit as it takes off.
I'm spending for an auto success on this.
Okay.
Well, 2 successes.
2
then.
successes. All right. You manage to barely keep this hummingbird spirit in sight as it just burns through the air as fast as it possibly can. You're doing your best to make sure that you just keep on its tail as close as possible. You are losing some ground on it, but you're at least able to maintain visual contact. As you guys just start kicking up a huge dust cloud behind you as you burn out as fast as you possibly can to try and clear as much distance between you and your pursuers as possible. As you pass by the mouth of the hole from within, there's this vibration. And you guys are about 50 yards away as that vibration bellows into a crescendoing roar. Whatever is down there seems to have taken a brief breath as you passed it in order to fuel this hugely, massively intimidating roar in your wake as you guys tear back through the world of the waste, looking for this transition boundary ahead of you. I will need, well, actually, let me roll for your pursuers here. Okay. Okay. The howls start to grow a little louder. Whatever's behind you is definitely gaining ground. I will need a stamina and athletics. Now, difficulty 6 for everybody. If Hikau is going to forego his as he's being carried, it's going to be difficulty 8 for Ingvar.
Does what's my specialty?
I am
Unbreakable stamina specialty apply here?
For stamina, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I am remaining in lupus form to make it easier for Ingvar to carry me.
Well, this is going great.
Well,
Oh,
that's
God.
not
We're
great.
not-
No, you're fine. You had a success.
Yeah.
I'm
not
fine.
a much,
I
but-
still rolled -1 successes cumulatively.
Success.
Oh, yeah, no. 3 of us just stopped, I think.
Oh.
It's going good.
The wake of this immense vocalization that comes from underneath the ground literally cracks the soil underneath your feet / paws, making it difficult for you to maintain your footing and sliding several of you 20, 30 feet down the slope as Anya is trying to keep everybody on track to stay in touch with the hummingbird. Anya, with everything that's happening and going on, as you make the slide down, you lose sight of your spirit guide. And a good, at this point, couple 100 yards in your wake, whoever's at the back, you can feel bits of dirt pelt into you as something erupts from the soil out from where you assume that hole was marking the location. Something massive, something ridiculously huge, something almost too big to be believed. And you all can feel the tremor as whatever appendage first comes up slams back down into the ground. And those howls are starting to sound more like they're coming from your flanks rather than your rear. Hekau?
I look back.
Okay. Roll me.
Being carried, yes, you have the opportunity to.
Also, curiosity.
I stop
Oh god.
and turn and look.
Yeah,
I stop and turn and look while shoving Anya forward.
Hey, you can't be in the back.
Oh, that's right.
of
You were in the front. You were in the front. Sorry, I was more making a joke, although I meant it for serious, of your stellar roll.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, then Sal, shove and look.
Sal's in the back. You can't.
Yes.
With
No,
him, with
he-
the two
Oh,
of
you are
yeah.
not the last person.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we said that Aiden was at the back.
Yeah, Sal was
Shoving
not at the
people
back.
forward,
Right.
if need be.
Yep.
Okay, that's all right. Whatever.
Yeah. No. The rear position had been claimed by your alpha.
Yep.
All right.
Right there next to each other, essentially.
Those
because
of you that are looking, though, give
he's
me
still moving quickly.
a wits and primal urge difficulty 8.
I can do that. Does my cool-headed specialty in wits apply?
Yes, actually, this time it will.
Hey. I'll only go slightly. What's the difficulty?
Rolling great tonight.
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty's 8.
Oh, good. All right. Botch.
Was that an actual botch?
Yep, I
Yeah.
rolled a 1,
Mhm.
2, 4, 4, 6.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what was the difficulty again?
Difficulty's 8.
Sweet.
Because I only have 1 dot in primal urge.
I'm fine.
Sal, as you look back, you see a huge clawed appendage, probably a good 100 yards in length, jointing at an elbow that seems to be equal parts shadow and bone, and then just matted fur along the entire arm or leg or whatever it is. 7 razor sharp claws, each fang probably the size of about a Prius, slam into the dirt a couple 100 yards behind you. This thing, whatever it is gargantuan. Hekau, a blur of blackness is pretty much all your brain registers, and everything just goes dark for you. I am going to need you to make a Fox Frenzy roll.
Hey! I don't know how that roll works.
Let me grab the text on that just to make sure I'm reading this right for you.
I was about to say, that sounds
Okay.
like the situation for a
Even
Fox
if I had succeeded, hadn't seen that, it probably would have also still been that because
Yep. Time to run, time to run, time to
I know
run.
how Hekau's response to this is if he's able to vocalize.
Yep. All right. Roll rage. Difficulty was just a single botch for you.
Yep.
Difficulty 4.
Am I looking to succeed or fail? Because rage rolls are weird.
Just tell me how many successes you get.
2 successes.
2 successes. You are terrified. Whatever this thing is, it is destruction, corruption, and evil incarnate to your mind. And as one who has spent a great proportion of your life dealing with spirits, you are intimately familiar with how bad it can go when things go badly with spirits.
Yeah.
You're not in Fox Frenzy, but all of your rolls are going to be at an increased 1 difficulty currently.
That's
Until-
fine because the immediate response is a rage roll into my Krynos form. I'm spending a point of rage to go into Krynos form as I flail out of Ingvar's arms. And for the first time any of you have ever heard Hakao talk, rather than his normal dour, quiet, slow cadence, it's just run, 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 as he begins to run.
Aiden,
Is
you've never come face to face with a Bane before.
right? Not in this. Not this kind. No, definitely not.
The stories barely do them justice, it seems.
Yeah. Is it? The funny part is, he's less panicked now than before he saw it. Because it's not their size and black furred.
Right.
Hakao's more panicked.
I mean,
now
it's
than
black
before he saw
furred,
it.
but it's definitely not their size.
But yeah, bad. Oh fuck, run away. I mean, still run away, but not oh
Right.
fuck, run away.
Right. So everybody can make another one of those stamina and athletics rolls for me again.
Well, I'm no longer holding on to Hakao, so
Yep. Difficulty 6.
No, you're not.
7 for Hakao.
I also
I want to
rolled.
underline that I don't have low dice in this.
Oh, Dakota.
I also rolled to do a partial shift.
That's not a botch, though.
Not a botch for Dakota.
No.
do I need to pick up Dakota now?
At this point, you do not have the mental capacity for that sort of thing. Everybody is pretty much in instinct mode at this point.
I'm going to spend a willpower for an auto success.
Okay.
Could I? Well, we'll see. Could I spend my last rage to run faster, or at least run more? Because I
If
feel
you
like
want.
that's in character.
I mean,
Action
this
for
is not an instant action, so it's not really going to have the same effect.
Yeah,
But if you want to spend your rage, we can add some narrative oomph to it with
yeah,
that.
because this is full blown get the fuck out mode. Because I don't have the time to do what I did last time there were Banes.
Also,
Alright.
Sal rolled a shapeshifting, a partial shapeshift.
Five
To change.
5 successes.
All right. So, what about your partial shapeshift, Greg?
Sal rolled to. I rolled to see if I can get any successes to do a partial shapeshift, and he's staying in Hispo, and just is yelling, "Godzilla!"
Nice.
All right.
Worth mentioning at this point, Aiden is not quite as I'm last. So we'll let Sal take up the back.
What did you roll for that for Sal?
I rolled.
Oh yeah, the shape changing
I
right
rolled-
before the rage roll.
yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled shape changing. I had
Okay, so you have to spend a willpower point, and then it's Dex Primal Urge difficulty 9. Which
Yes.
doesn't look like that's what you rolled. So you'll need to re-roll that one.
It's really hard unless you have the merit. It's really hard. Just
Yeah,
to
it's on
shape-
page 286 of the PDF.
I rolled it. Okay, I mean, I rolled the shape changing stuff, Dex and Primal Urge. I did it at difficulty 8 though.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I still got
As-
got one success.
Yeah. There's only 1 8 in there that would need to be dropped. Yeah, the rest are
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll spend a willpower.
Yeah, but you do have to make sure you spent the willpower point.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good.
Sal will spend a willpower to make a stupid movie reference.
No problem. It's very on brand indeed. You guys just peel out. It is mostly dirt flung by paws, with the exception of Dakota. Dakota, as this thing begins to clamber up out of the soil, you find that the broken terrain has gotten one of your feet stuck, and you are trapped currently, as the rest of your pack, just as a reaction, just on instinct, runs as fast as they possibly can in the last direction they had a vector for. And you can hear now these chittering sort of howls starting to close in, probably about 50 yards away and getting closer.
Can I spend a willpower to stop and loop back?
I was gonna say the same.
If you want.
Dakota's going to be screaming
Yeah.
I-
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
mentally
Okay.
and externally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, definitely then.
if Ingvar hears that, she's turning and retrieving.
All right.
Once like all three of us stop and go to turn around, Aiden, Ingvar, keep going. Sal, go get him. And I'm going.
I like that Ingvar described it as retreating, because turning around and running towards the enemy is definitely a get a Fenris retreat. If I've ever heard that.
I said retrieving, but retreating is also
retrieving. I'm
accurate.
sorry.
All right. So, Aiden, just so I'm clear, the order was for Sal to go retrieve Dakota?
Sal goes and retrieves Dakota. Ingvar, keep with the group.
All right. Sal, give me a strength and athletics roll, difficulty 6.
Should I shift first? Because I'm still in Hispo, or is this just to get there?
This is
Shifting
just to
takes
get
time
there.
when it's not your natural form.
I'm asking if it's something that requires hands. Because
This roll is just to get there as fast as
Okay.
you can.
strength and
Athletics, difficulty 6.
Got it.
And
Ignore the fact that it's called wall scratching. I got 5.
okay. So you turn on a dime, and within 3 leaps, you are back right next to where Dakota is lying. There apparently her leg has gotten caught between a pair of collapsed stones that have just sort of scissored up on the extremity and have her pinned down to the ground.
Not a great time for a nap, Technicolor.
Dakota, go ahead and give me a perception and alertness, difficulty 7.
Okay. One success.
You feel another tremor as another limb rips out, probably a good 50 yards closer than where the first one had emerged from the hole itself. And there's another huge impact as this multi-fingered clawed appendage slams into the dust. This thing is waking up, and it's waking up very fast. As you guys are trying to get Dakota free, both of you can give me just a dexterity roll, difficulty 6.
One success.
2 successes.
All right. Between the two of you, you managed to wriggle her leg free. And Dakota, you are available to run. You can start to see now. It's very dimly lit, but both of you can see, just barely cresting the corner of the ridge, are a number of low-slung figures, wolf-like in form, eyes glinting with a greenish yellow in what little light there is. Whatever these predators are, and you have your suspicions, they are almost on top of you. I'm going to need strength and athletics from everybody. Difficulty 6.
Ingvar is notably keeping an eye on the rear guard to see if anyone's falling too far behind.
Same.
Okay.
I am still running flat out.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Hekau would be trying to look after other people, but Hekau's not in that state of mind at the moment.
You said difficulty what?
6.
6, and the strength reserves apply?
Strength reserves would apply on this one, yeah.
Strength's what again?
I'm just trying to
Strength and
keep our
athletics,
front
difficulty 6.
Vaguely aligned with her. I mean, never mind. Fine. Not a bot.
Anya,
6 successes.
Anya, since you're in front, though, go ahead and give me a perception and alertness 6 as well.
To say, I'm pretty sure we're about to get.
1 success. As I run directly
success.
into the black spirals.
Well, I mean, I would be trying to use the language of being a wolf pack to make sure you weren't in front of me.
Yeah. Well, that's lucky. Okay.
I don't even know if I'm running in the right direction at the moment. I just know that
There's
I'm running.
another reverberating roar as this thing begins to heave its bulk up and out of its underground burial chamber. And you guys can hear the vibrations in the air almost all the way through your entire bones. And Anya, you see the hummingbird vanish between a pair of rock formations that are just sort of slightly jutted up out of the dirt. It flies through, but as soon as it breaks the boundary between these two, it just is gone, vanished. You know
Do
where
I
it was
think there's
headed?
any possibility that is towards the near material? It was still heading in the direction that it promised to head.
Go ahead and give me a. Do you have any dots in occult yet?
Nope. No, I don't.
All right, give me a wits and empathy roll then, I guess. Difficulty is 8.
I'm not changing people reading to say spirit reading because then I'll need to change it back. 2 successes. Does my wait? No, that's an expression specialty.
Okay. With 2 successes, it has probably found the boundary.
All right.
Yep.
So in that case, over the mental link, probably way calmer and more clinical than is helpful. The 2 rocks that follow me. Hey, we have our exit.
And thanks to a very bad roll
Do
by
I
the
have
black
any,
spirals.
I will convey anything that is more descriptive of which rocks they're looking for. But
Well, I mean, you guys are headed in a certain direction. You're sort of leading the pack right now. And honestly, there's not a ton of landscape or landmark here. So it's pretty unlikely that anybody's going to misinterpret.
okay.
2
As long as
rocks,
there
yeah.
aren't like tons of these rock formations, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Most of the landscape is mostly just dirt and dust piled up, more or less. So, yeah.
That's the between 2 rocks, and camera pans over, and it's a field of rocks.
No,
No,
I thought it was going to be an Earth Elemental version of Zach Galifianakis.
Right. Where he has all of the most impressive spirits on and asks them weird questions that have nothing to do with anything.
Yes.
Between 2 spiral pits.
But weird for spirits.
Right. Weird for spirits. So things like, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
Things like that.
What kind of shoes do you prefer?
Right. Okay. So with your guys' rolls on your running.
I want to know that with my strength reserve specialty, that's 6 successes.
6 successes. That'll pick up some of the slack.
That's what I
Yeah,
got.
if I need to forcibly throw people through those rocks, I will.
Yep. Right.
Misses, splatter somebody against the rock.
Somebody just spread eagles.
That's how Hakao dies.
Vapor burst.
Ingvar throwing him into a rock.
I was aiming for the door. You guys manage to outpace barely these wolves that are on your tail with a ridiculous amount of effort and sometimes pulling each other along, helping each other over some of the rougher terrain. You guys run up to this rock formation. Who's going to be first through?
I was in the front. I'm gonna stay in the front.
Okay.
I am prepared to yell "don't" if it turns out it's a horrible idea and I teleport into a death trap.
Okay.
Okay, you won't get the chance.
Anya, you reach through. The only thing you feel initially is cold.
Always
and
a good
you
sign.
thrust your entire body through the boundary here, and all of a sudden a blast of freezing air hits you in the face. And you seem to be standing at a high altitude. The wind, while constant in the world of the waste, wasn't very rugged. The velocity wasn't too extreme. That is the opposite here. You are standing up somewhere that is frigid, that is exposed, and that is experiencing something akin to gale force winds at this point. You glance back and you see that you have apparently stepped out of the solid face of a glacier.
Do I feel like I'm still in the Umbra?
You are definitely still in the Umbra, but definitely somewhere different.
Okay. Yeah, trying to see if there's any threats around or anything, and waiting for other people to come through if they come through here.
Give me a wits and perception.
Weirdly, probably feels a lot safer here because
Right.
dying in a tundra is something I understand. I grew up in far northern Russia.
I mean, I don't think it's that weird to feel safer when there's not a Bane trashing down on you.
Okay, also that.
Anya, perception and alertness difficulty 8.
As a cow
Visibility
comes
is shit
flying
out
past
here.
Anya.
It's also the most goddamn Slavic thing ever.
No chance it's reduced for having grown up in these climates.
Not really. This is just
Okay.
what can you see?
I have prepared for this my
One.
whole life.
You don't see anything threatening around, Anya. The main thing is that it's cold and visibility's kind of shit. Testing the air, because you are familiar to these sort of environs before, given your background, you'd say you feel like you're at least a good maybe 6,000-7,000 in altitude would be your best guess. Air's pretty thin. All right. Who are the next 3 through?
So I was running four-legged in Krynos form,
Yeah.
I feel like
just
it's
barreling through.
It's Hakao, probably Alex,
linebacker
and
rush.
Ingvar.
Okay.
Oh, Ingvar will stop at the door and wave people through. She'll only get through the door when the last person is almost there.
Oh, good. We get to argue again.
It's
All right.
almost there, not there. It's like,
So
okay, you two
Hakao
are right there. I'm going through
said
now.
Alex and
Probably
I
Dakota.
mean, yeah, Dakota. If Dakota,
Dakota
went-
did some catching up. So
Yep.
the 3 of you burst through this barrier because the space between the rocks isn't that narrow. It's probably a good 15-20 feet across. And you find yourself half in and half out of just a wall of solid ice. And you pull your back half out into a frigid environment. Horrible visibility. Very unpleasant wind. What form are each of you in?
Krynos.
Lupus.
His
Lupus.
so
Okay. Your fur seems to stave off most of the chill, at least. You're picking up the temperature primarily on your exposed skin, nose, eyes, that sort of thing. A little bit in the ears. And the crunch of snow underneath your paws is definitely not what you were initially expecting.
Okay, so I didn't fly off the edge of the glacier. Good.
No, there's
there's
enough.
still time.
There's some good space up here.
Yeah, Ingvar is at the door, sort of doing the go, 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 getting people through the door.
All right. The rest of you come up and are able to make the transition as well. Similar experience to where you are just completely shifted from one environment directly into this alpine Arctic sort of atmosphere.
Important note.
Mm-hmm.
He's not stopping and waiting and staying behind, but Aiden is shoulder tackling Ingvar through the door
All right.
and going along with.
Right.
I mean, she was going to go through as you were coming up anyway. So
I understand.
Lean into the cinematic. All right.
Okay, yeah, Sal, as long as nobody is doing a last stand, Sal goes through.
No.
Oh, you idiots! Come on.
Door is there.
Character is
So, yeah.
not being rational.
There
know,
is a
it's good.
spray of snow as Aiden and Ingvar sort of tumble through. And you guys are on the windward side of an exposed slope right up against the leading edge of a glacier, it looks like.
I have buried myself as best I can in a pile of snow and am in hiding mode now.
Make a dexterity survival check. Difficulty 7.
Did I come through too or no?
yeah,
Yes.
presumably,
Nope,
presumably.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
were-
I said I was near the back, and he said the
Yeah,
other two
you were
came
near the
through.
back. Right. So basically,
That's
you
not
went
the roll,
through,
hang on.
and then Aiden tackled Ingvar, and now everybody's
Okay.
on.
Anya is trying to head count as each person comes through.
Hang on. What
And
was
just make sure no one starts wandering off.
what was the roll again, Jack? I hit the wrong button.
Dexterity and survival. If you don't have any, do you have any dots in survival? You should.
Yes, I have 1 dot in
All
survival.
right. Difficulty.
I have 2 dots in survival. Difficulty
Or sorry,
Anya
7.
is teacher
Difficulty
on the
7, my
field
bad.
trip.
Yep.
Anya group, everybody pay
Well,
attention.
the field trip instructor had a post-traumatic flashback and isn't behaving.
1 success.
1 success. All right. So you count heads, Anya, and you've got 1, 2, 3. Yourself is 4, 5, 6, and Hekau's nose, which is sort of just peeking out from underneath probably about 6 inches of snow that he has dug himself down
It's
into.
just breathing heavily.
Yeah, it's
So
just like
as
the
Aiden
poof,
comes
poof
through,
of
there's
steam.
a vague gesture towards Hekau's hiding spot, just to sort of, that one is there.
Yeah. Panting
we're
for
alive.
air, crying off the ground, like,
Do
thumbs up.
any of them seem like they're not wearing enough wolf?
I mean, everybody's got pretty decent fur
Okay.
that you can see.
There's one in
Hekau-
Glabro right now.
Right, right. I mean, yeah, there's a
No, to
You're-
be fair, she's also from Greenland or
I was gonna
Iceland.
say your Viking seems to just be kind of rubbing her arms on occasion, but
I'm not gonna pick a fight with the Viking fightmonger about climate survival. Alec,
Oh, we're alive.
maybe. Ingvar, probably not.
there's a whining buzz in the air, and then you see a very poof little hummingbird come down and just perch on the end of Hekau's exposed nose. He's roughly the same proportions as a golf ball with if you stuck a toothpick in it.
My favorite. Thank you.
But most of it's just there, kind of shivering very slightly, but seems to be warming up a little bit from the warm air from Hekau's lungs as it is periodically expelled from his nostrils.
I say thank you in spirit speech to the hummingbird.
I forgot how cold this transition zone was. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for this. This is. But at least we are safe now. I think we are safe. They shouldn't be coming through. I don't think they like coming through.
Okay, good.
Everybody take 5. Have your nervous breakdown. It's totally valid and warranted in this particular case.
Dustbringer beats his wings, scattering a little bit of snow, and kind of crow hops up to the glacier and just sort of pecks at it twice. Seems satisfied. He's doing the fat Borb thing as well.
So
Like,
I don't
keeping
think
an
we're
eye
in
out
Nevada.
so everyone else can panic.
So where the hell are we?
Yeah, I got a
Have we made
funny
it
feeling
to
we
the
ain't back.
near,
The near Umbra, I believe is the.
yeah, I trying to let Craig.
I said it.
Have we made it to the near Umbra?
Jack, am I able to regain enough composure to answer that question?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Give me a wits and primal urge difficulty. Actually, no. Give me a willpower roll. Difficulty 6.
Can I make the roll to tell if we're in the penumbra?
That would be
That's
intelligence
what
and
it's
occult
called.
difficulty
I knew I was
7.
wrong.
Okay.
4 successes.
After a few minutes under the snow, you kind of feel your heart rate starting to come back towards more of a resting rhythm.
I botched. I have no idea.
I got 3 successes.
We're in Wonderland.
Alex,
Yep.
you've heard a little bit of stories. You're pretty sure you're back in the battleground and this is going to be Napoleon's Russian campaign?
I think we're
Yes.
in Russia. We'll say that out loud.
I got 3 successes.
3 successes for IDing your
Yep.
current location. Transition zones are something you've heard of
Right.
a few times, and you're familiar with the basic accepted cosmology. You are either in the penumbra or on very close to the cusp of it, in a liminal space that would be directly, for lack of a better term, attached to the penumbra.
Yes, or close enough to it,
If
he says.
having been able to calm down slightly, I will now make that roll as well.
Okay.
See what else I can potentially glean.
I assume no cell service.
Definitely not.
What difficulty?
Intelligence and occult difficulty 6.
Like any minute, Napoleon,
course
basically.
it
Keep going.
But that's out loud for Alex.
Yep. Oh wait.
4
It takes me
successes.
a minute to like.
4 successes. Your best guess, Hekau, would be that we're in the transition zone, and kind of with a little bit of time to gather your surroundings, downhill is probably your direction.
But we're not yet to the penumbra, so I think our deal with the hummingbird is still active, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Close enough.
eventually Hekau will bust out of the snow.
You
By
doing
bust
all right?
out, stand up. No.
I understand. We're gonna drink when we get back.
And I will look at sort of focus on the hummingbird sitting on my nose.
Go a little cross-eyed.
Yeah.
one eye cross-eyed.
I was like, yeah, only have one eye, so it's just looking to the left, really.
Right.
I feel
and-
attacked.
How far in spirit speech? How far do you feel it is to the next part of this transition?
If we are going to move into the next stage of where you are trying to get to, I would say it is probably about 5 minutes fast.
So then, but to the rest, our spirit friend says we've got about 5 minutes of fast movement to get through this transition area.
Oh,
Well, it sounds like we better get moving before Waterloo shows up or whatever.
we're in a different realm.
A quick
No,
John-
Alex. No, Alex said there was Napoleon coming.
What?
Not every cold place has a
That's
Napoleon coming.
actively wrong.
Yeah, there's
All
there-
right.
Okay.
Sal looks at Alex and shrugs.
unless you've decided to name that, I say pointing at the glacier with the obvious intention of pointing back where we were, Napoleon.
And if that's the case, yes, it's on its way, but it's gonna move very, very slowly because it's a glacier.
You know, after the fucking day we've had, I think the last thing we need is people who look like me going around naming stuff.
Thank you, Sal. I needed that. No,
Keep going.
is everybody good?
I like the idea that both Anya and Hikal look equally confused.
Well, Anya looks frustrated and disappointed more than confused. The reference was not lost.
It was
Yeah.
lost on me.
Okay, quick trip through Niflheim. Let's get going.
Is everybody good?
No.
Does anybody need? By that I mean, does anybody need a few minutes to just sit here and collect yourself? That's fine.
The sooner we get out of here, the sooner I will be better.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
with FedEx.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Let's go.
In spirit speech to the bird, lead the way.
Watching a hummingbird fly through a snowstorm is a weird sort of dynamic. It's one thing to maneuver through territory where you're having to negotiate issues in terms of debris and that sort of thing, but when a snowflake is roughly the size of your entire windshield, there are at least 3 or 4 times where it has to land on Hakao and literally clean itself off.
In my Krynos form, I keep my trench jacket, my trench coat, like extant in my Krynos form, so I just have it sit. It can sit inside the collar.
Sounds good.
A cow and birds is like the best thing ever. Just consistently.
A cow, werewolf Disney princess.
Silent Striders have a very strong connection with birds.
They do. You begin to make your way down slope following the guidance of your acquaintance. And going is surprisingly efficient. There are a few points where sliding does happen, but nobody sustains any injury, and there's always some decent footing to be found at the end of any sort of slip. This place seems almost inherently designed to be moved through quickly rather than lingered within. But true to the hummingbird's estimate, after about 5 minutes or so, you guys are confronted by a short cliff, maybe about 15 feet in height, that drops away in front of your feet into a frothing, not frozen river directly below. Looks like the exact sort of opposite thing you'd want to jump into in this version of whatever survival movie you happen to be encountered in. The hummingbird, however, just sort of taps its beak against Hikao's ear, and then you jump into the river, and then you will be back to where you need to go, and then you will be fine, and you will be on your way, and you will be safe. Sort of.
Could you elaborate on the sort of?
No place is always safe.
Fair. Over my shoulder. Our friend says that if we jump into this river, we will emerge in the penumbra.
Can't be colder than here. Sal
Let
jumps.
me go first. What is with my accent today?
In mid-sentence, Sal goes over the edge.
Let me go first. We should have someone at the back and at the front as we pass through, just in case there are threats on the other side.
So dexterity and athletics from Sal and Anya. Difficulties 5.
As you were saying that,
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I think I'm gonna fold it to Sal because Anya was expressing this to get consent for a plan before anything active happened.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's
Anya
that,
would not be saying this as she jumps in because she's asking Aiden
Right.
if a strategy is okay.
Yeah. Legit.
So Sal probably just can go.
Yep.
Sal jumps in and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna give him this one.
Dexterity and athletics, difficulty 5. Try not to hit any rocks on the way down. Go.
I just rolled it.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So
but
5
it-
successes.
And that was at I think that was at 6. But yeah, so I think I'm
Either
okay.
way. Yep, you're good. So yeah, 6 successes all together. But yeah, Sal, you sort of just swan dive your way in your wolf-like form down in there. Are you going feet or head first?
I think he actually changes to Hamid as he goes and tries to do a dive.
Okay.
I'm hoping with that roll he can make something somewhat stylish looking.
Yeah. Nope. You do a nice jackknife.
Lands face first on the ground.
Get some decent air, some decent hang time. Get the legs kicked out. Fairly small splash as he hits the water. All things considered. As you do, the cold, wet embrace of this river wraps itself around you, and there's that instant shock, like a hammer to the ribs, of just frigid, icy water. You're expecting the pull of current yanking you along and then to strike out towards the surface. Give me an intelligence and survival, difficulty 7.
Not my 2 strong suits.
Do you have any dots in survival?
I have 1. I think I
All right.
took 1 after our last desert adventure.
After your last hike? Yep.
Yeah. And what is the difficulty again? I'm sorry.
7.
Okay. 2.
The water is oddly still, however, once it wraps around you.
Okay.
Very dark. I don't know if Sal is the type of person that opens his eyes underwater to get a look around, but it is almost as though you are suspended. What you thought was going to be this rushing torrent that you would have to fight against, it's just icy cold pressure equally on all sides.
Do I have any sense of up or down?
It takes you probably 10 seconds to determine that your up and down have inverted.
Okay. I will swim towards what I now think of as up.
Okay. The rest of you see Sal vanish into the water, and you don't see any particular ill effects.
For his sake, I sincerely hope that the water on the other side of the portal is significantly warmer.
I mean, at some point he's got to learn, right?
Someone
Yes,
go through
but-
before he dies of hypothermia, or I'm going to.
Let's go. Let's
Well,
go.
we
Let's
could-
go.
We could
We should really wait to know.
over the mental link before anybody starts jumping. Sal, are you okay?
That does come through.
Okay. And Sal sends back, I think so. Give me a second. Things get a little topsy-turvy in here. Everybody stay put until I figure out where we're going.
Give me
All
a
right.
strength and
All right.
athletics for your swimming, difficulty 6.
I shift to Krynos while this is happening. Just because.
That's going to be a lot of wet fur.
Jack, I'm just sort of assuming because of where Anya grew up. Anya is familiar with the phenomenon where for some people, when they hit ice cold water, they will freeze up and be unable to move. That I
Yep.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I would recommend that the rest of us remain in a form with some resistance to the cold.
I'm keeping in Krynos.
It's just like diving off the Hornstrander back home.
Yes, it's not. I am not worried about you. To be clear.
You're worried about You're worried about the weak, pampered Americans. I'm joking.
I am worried about the people who have have not done ice diving in the past and might it just not be able to move once they hit ice cold water because
Yes.
it is thing.
I get that.
I got 5 successes.
All right. You strike out, swimming as strongly as you possibly can. And as you do so, you find that the light takes longer to reach than you initially would have anticipated, having your perspective now shifted from something that was looking like a strong but fairly small river to something apparently a lot deeper. 10, 15, 20 seconds, and then your head breaks into the air. The water has gotten considerably warmer as you got to the top.
Okay.
And it was cold, almost freezing for quite some time. And then all of a sudden you are kind of floating in about 18 inches of pretty warm water, but your legs kind of dangling beneath you because you're back in Hamid form now, are still feeling that flesh-numbing cold. There's some sort of heat layer to the top part of whatever body of water you're in. But from where you're sitting, go ahead and give me a perception and alertness difficulty 6.
Okay. Another 5 successes.
You're wherever you're at, you're ringed by some mildly rugged hills, not quite mountain level, but there's some slopes. There's just a huge amount of water around you. Scrub growing on the banks. But you don't see anybody particular around.
All right. Is there even any way for Sal to tell if this is still the penumbra? I don't even know.
You could make an intel. Do you have any dots in occult?
Yes, I do.
You can make an intelligence in occult difficulty 6.
Okay. 1.
Yes, definitely the spirit world still.
Okay. Over the mental link. Well, I got out the other side. You jump in and everything flips up. It's not too bad once you make it through, but I got to tell you, to travel through, my bowls are about halfway up to my fucking esophagus over here. It looks like we ain't all the way home yet, but no giant Godzilla monsters over here, so that's kind of a plus.
Something splashes in the water next to you, Sal, and you see a small water elemental spirit just sort of.
Oh, hey there.
And then it dives down and swims away.
And he would say that in spirit speech.
Yep. Didn't seem to want to talk.
We got we got little water guys over here. Not too. They ain't attacking or nothing.
All right, sounds good.
Oh.
Let's go.
If I get out and change into Krynos, is my fur dry, or does the wetness from my clothing transfer to the wetness of the fur?
Well, I mean, if you transfer to Krynos where you're at, you'd be wet because you're still in the water. But if you got out, no, you'd stay wet until you dried.
Okay.
Unless you somehow manage to dedicate the water to you, in which case then maybe. But
I would like to dedicate this lake.
No.
I feel like the spirit might take
ShamWow.
issue with that.
A dedicated ShamWow. All right. Then Sal
wait till
will
you
get
guys
all the
run
way
into
out.
the spirit of Billy Mays in the Umbra.
Murder. Just right off the bat. Don't let him get a single word out.
Billy Mays here.
I jump in.
Yeah, I assume we're all going.
Yeah, sounds good. Each of you leap off the edge and
step off.
Plunge into this water, and you have a very similar experience. Immediate frigidity, cold water on all sides, but not pulling at you, not a strong flow at any point. Takes you a moment to establish your senses and determine which way is up. A couple of you have to literally expel a few bubbles and just follow them for a second. But as you swim, you plunge probably 5-6 feet deep, but you are at least 30 feet below the surface of the water each time that each one of you when you emerge, and it takes you a few moments to get up and find oxygen once more. But you guys are on the shores / still within a large body of water.
Ingvar sort of services and immediately flings her hair to the side and just, that's refreshing. Ah!
Heads to the shore.
Clambers out.
Tiny little puppy dog.
I swim a little bit. It's warm up at the top. I like try and float.
Yeah,
I know that's a thing people do.
Yeah, if you try and like kick onto your back, you can just barely fit most of yourself into the top layer of the water. But there's that like weird cold edge right on the like the kind of the base of your spine. Yep.
I clamber
Right,
out and
okay, I'm done.
I do the dog shake in Krynos form.
Yeah, definitely.
Ingvar just sort of like climbs her way out. There's the Hornstrand, they're back home. It's the northernmost peninsula of Iceland, and it's right near our cairn. And some of the members of our cairn like to take dives off the cliffs on the lower ends, preferably, but still into the waters.
Did you?
My people come from a desert area.
I've done it at least 2 or 3 times. Yes.
First, I want to look around, see if there's anything I notice, threats, dangers. I know Sal looked when he came through, but...
Sure. Perception and alertness, difficulty 6.
I'm just trying to get a sense for where in the penumbra we're at, if at all possible.
2.
You don't see anything immediately threatening. There's a little bit of spirit activity around, mostly water, fish spirits in the water. A couple of plant spirits and that sort of thing moving amongst the scrub, and once in a while a bird spirit of some type will fly over.
As I recall, while people are sort of getting out of the water and getting somewhat dry, there's a roll you can make to look across when you're in the penumbra.
Yeah, if you wanted to peek through.
Yeah, I want to try and do that.
Okay. Let me see where my peeking rules are.
And Jack, I'm trying to figure out if I can figure out where in the penumbra we're at, if possible.
So, Anya, you'll roll Gnosis, difficulty 7.
Okay.
Hekau, give me an intelligence and occult, difficulty 8.
Does my
Nice.
does my analytical specialization apply?
That's good.
Not particularly in this case.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, Hekau, sometimes you can tell in the Umbra based on landmarks. There's similarities between obviously the material and the penumbral landscape, that sort of thing. Nothing here is ringing particularly familiar to you. Anya, as you look across, the landscape is a little less fertile on the material side. The water is definitely still there, and seems to be more or less following a pretty identical pattern and orientation and layout. And you can see a little ways up, probably about a quarter mile distant to the north or so. Looks like there's a few people on the edge of the water.
To be clear, on the edge of the water, like other side of this lake.
No, like more like about a quarter mile down the same bank that you guys are on.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anya will. You can see through to the other side. It's not dissimilar, but there are people within visual range, so we cannot pass over here. I don't see any signs or roads that guide us in more specifically where we are.
We're trying to poke through and see if we can get a signal, figure out where we are on GPS, or not safe to look through based on what you're seeing.
What I am trying to point out is that there are people along the bank of this river, roughly, and Anya will try and sort of point in this side where they are in my vision to the other side. So someone plopping out of nowhere could be very, very bad.
Yeah, that was the point of my question, asking if there's a place we can do that out of sight.
Jack?
Based on what you can see currently, Anya, there's some rock formations and a little bit of topography to the shoreline, maybe 50 yards the opposite direction from the people that would probably block view.
She'll sort of describe it and point in the direction, hoping that that's got some analogy on this side.
Where
some
Anya's
rocks that could hide one of us.
Jack.
Does anyone have an international cell plan that would be?
No.
I raise my hand.
Yeah.
Then I realize that Anya's looking through the gauntlet and answer, yes, I do.
Sal
Yeah.
says, yeah, I got
Sure
that
what
covered
that
too.
is.
There are phones that work with satellites. There are phones that work in certain places. All right, and we'll try and start moving that way with the hope that someone will help me.
Jack,
yeah.
would it be possible? Because I know we can sort of like we can pierce the veil partially in certain ways that are far less obtrusive than just completely stepping through. Would it be possible to pierce the veil, to pierce the gauntlet in such a way as to get cell signal while in the Umbra?
I can give you a definitive no on that one.
I just wanted to check because maybe maybe it's like if I stick just the cell phone in my hand through.
Well,
I mean, if one
Okay.
person in Hamid form is behind those rocks, they could probably look and hide, or at least not be immediately obviously supernatural. So
Yeah.
Dakota, give me an do you have any? You've got dots in survival, right?
Yes, I do.
Give me an intelligence and survival, difficulty 7.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
I have intelligence.
Mm-hmm. But you're not Dakota.
No, I'm not.
All right. So with Anya's instructions, you guys can see on the penumbra side this pile of rocks. And yeah, it's big enough to hide at least 2 or 3 people from immediate view along the shoreline, assuming that
because I have the mathematical calculator things, I will give the exact dimensions of them as they are on the material side.
Okay, sounds good. They almost exactly match up. There's a little bit of fuzz around, but given Anya's directions, you guys are pretty sure you can pick out a decent position behind them where you could, if need be, step through out of sight of the people that are a little ways up the shoreline.
Awesome. Well, and you said a couple people's worth?
Yep.
Couple
Yeah, probably
people
about
would be
3
fine.
people together.
I
mean,
would counsel
if you line everybody up,
Yeah, fair.
single file, you could probably get and do it, tallest to shortest. You could probably get the entire group.
No. Cow. Alex and Sal, go.
Okay.
You got it, boys.
I will roll to activate my
I
glasses.
am super excited for when you guys go around there, get in there, get ready, shift, and that's where you see that's where
Wait.
the two teenagers went to go have sex.
I need to shift to Hamid.
I mean,
quick.
I will, if there is some help, sort of head over so I can see what's on the other side.
Yeah. I'm gonna shift over to Hamid real quick before this happens, because that would be a bad idea.
Yes, you should all do that.
So
I activate my mirror shades, which reduces the difficulty of the gauntlet by 2.
Oh wait, okay, I get stuck halfway there. I'm good. Hang on.
I'm waiting.
It hasn't happened in a while.
Anya, somebody will say guides you around to the far side of the rocks.
I'll go check.
That way you can check. You do indeed see two beings engaged in what we shall call Congress,
okay.
but they are rabbits.
Oh.
Okay.
Food!
Yeah, I don't know if Anya's even...
I shift back to Hamid.
Careful not to disturb the wildlife.
Because as soon as 3 absolute apex predators suddenly pop out right next to it, it's gonna have a heart attack and die.
It's a real mood killer. Not gonna lie.
You don't know what rabbits are into.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
Danger's a turn on.
Hey, they're my NPCs. I know what these 2 rabbits are into, and werewolves is not one of them.
They just start going faster.
This has gotten a weird place.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hekau has activated his mirror shades.
I'm waiting for Alex to finish getting to Hamid.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay.
It takes me a little bit.
And
but yeah.
that drops the gauntlet by 2?
Yes. Yep.
All right. So your Gnosis roll is going to be difficulty 5.
And I'm in Hamid form. I make sure Sal's in Hamid form and not still in Hispo.
Sal's been in Hamid form since he jumped through the waterfall.
Got it.
Yes, he has.
That's why Anya freaked out.
And
He got his tracksuit. He'll be fine, all right? Don't worry about it.
5 for 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. The briefest of moments passes, and you guys step through smoothly. There's a late afternoon sun kind of beating down on you. It's warm, but there's a slightly cool breeze blowing off the water.
While Sal does things with cell phones, I'm going to look around and see if I recognize anything nearby.
Yeah, I'm checking my phone too.
You can give me a perception and survival difficulty 7 as these 2 check their
So
phones.
difficulty 9.
Yep.
Two successes.
You recognize a number of plant species that you noticed as being vaguely local in Las Vegas.
So we're in Nevada at the very least.
Somewhere in the Southwest, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Just muttering. Just muttering. Oh, we're definitely in Nevada still. This is good. We don't have to cross any
As
mountains.
the pair of you pull out your cell phones, and I assume just like open Google Maps and hit the "Where am I" button, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. You guys are located currently on kind of the southern shore of Lake Mead.
Oh, okay.
Which is which is Hoover Dam right outside Las Vegas, probably 45 minutes, hour drive, depending on traffic.
Oh, we're close.
I mean, that's a whole lot shorter in New Vegas.
There's also
It
a whole
depends
lot
on
less
which radio
lake
you're
in
listening
Vegas.
to. Well, that ain't half bad. Over the mental link. Yeah, we ain't all that far. Over near Lake Mead.
Oh, good.
That is far more convenient than I was expecting with...
Jack,
Hey, your hummingbird rolled some really high dice points.
looking over Sal's shoulder at the map on his phone. With my heaven's guidance, do I think I could figure out a way to get us roughly back to our cairn from here in the Umbra?
Yeah.
At the same time, heck, I was thinking about this. Would I be able to call one of my sort of secret cars,
I was gonna say, it sounds like this is a limo ride time.
like this far out? I feel like that's reasonable.
You'd have to make a roll for it, but yeah, mhm.
So,
It is quite reasonable. I could just call a car as I usually do, if we're that close.
Honestly, that's preferable because we're less likely to be attacked by something on this side.
Yeah,
The odds of being attacked in a limo on that side are, I would agree, quite low.
Yeah, I already got killed once today. I think I'm probably at my quota at least till tomorrow.
I have a
One
random
else
question.
dies.
Yeah. I have a random question because I'm still looking at my phone, probably. What day is it?
An important question.
So it is. You guys, are you asking in relation to?
Yes. Basically, does it seem how much time have we skipped any time? Does it feel like
Does not seem like you've skipped any time. No, time seems
Okay.
to have passed more or less consistently.
I was super excited for 76 years.
Yep. One for
Why
each
is your
combo.
cell phone still working? Like
Hey, I got the
Sal's,
best
maybe
plans.
it's magic, but
it's
Yeah,
Lake
no.
Mead is actually controlled by the NCR.
Yeah. Anya, call a cab. Or not call a cab. Call your car service.
Well, we'll still have to get everyone through
would
right
you
here.
like-
and this is
Yes.
not the
Anya, would you
Alex, knowing where we are now, can you get us somewhere secluded and then?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh god. I'm gonna be seen. Do I see we're behind like a rock thing? Can I see any place on this side now that I'm over here that looks a little bit better for pulling a
not
giant group through?
particularly.
Okay,
This kind of looks like your best spot, at least without crossing a great deal of open ground.
Yep.
over the
Okay.
mental link? Anya, would you like one of us to call your car service for you so you don't have to be here until it's here?
I mean, my car is not going to be able to pull up to the lake bed either way.
It's fine. I think.
How many people are nearby?
I zoom in on where I am and look at like parking lot if it's got like parking lot layouts and stuff like that.
No,
Yeah.
this is
Street
fine.
view.
Sal, you're on human distraction mode while we get away from this area. Well, we cross over and then get away from this area.
You got it, boss. How many people are nearby?
Currently nearby, you've got about half a dozen. Looks like a gang of hikers.
Are they together?
Yeah.
Okay. What age are they?
Looks like they range somewhere between mid-late 30s and early 20s.
Okay.
Anya will shift to Hamid and do all that can be done to make the antlers less obvious.
All right.
Jack, I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
Are these the same hikers?
No.
Okay.
Do I have to be on the
Great.
same side of the gauntlet to pull people through?
No, you can open from this side.
Okay, cool. So once Sal's distraction begins, I'll pull people through.
Oh, Dakota's gonna shift to Hamid.
Yeah, I'm
Same.
also shifting Hamid. It's just gonna take me a second to
All right.
find the.
I decide Hamid is good, and then I am Hamid.
What do I roll for that?
Sal, what are you gonna do?
So you'll roll your stamina and primal urge difficulty of whatever you're shifting out of,
Or you could spend a rage point.
or you can just spend a rage point.
I'm
That's
just gonna spend a
6
rage
from
point.
Lupus.
I'm just gonna go be myself, Red Eyes. Don't worry about it.
So Sal, you're walking up to 6 people from
Mhm.
about, a couple hundred yards away. What's your approach?
He is walking just straight at them. Big grin on his face.
What's Sal wearing right now?
A tracksuit.
He's in his tracksuit? Okay.
Yeah.
What type of shoes?
Sneakers.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. He's got his wingtips on. He always has
Okay.
his wingtips on because they're
All
a
right.
fetish.
Right.
I think you told me that they couldn't shift depending on what outfit I was wearing, so they still
No,
look like wingtips.
Yep. They will always look like wingtips.
Yes. Okay. So he is wearing a probably a bright yellow tracksuit and his wingtips.
Oh god.
Cool.
Alex is panicking behind the rock.
It's okay, Alex. The worst that can happen is they shoot him and leave.
And are they? What are they doing?
One of them has a map out, like they're, but not in a sort of, hey, we're lost trying to figure out where we are way, but sort of just taking bearings, looking around, seeing what's where kind of thing. A couple of the other ones have their shoes off and are just sort of, doing the we're wading up to our shins kind of thing in the water. And then 2 of them have sandwiches.
Okay. Sal walks up. Hey, how's it going there?
Hey, man.
So what y'all up to?
Just out enjoying God's great creation.
Oh yeah, man. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. So y'all got any food?
Oh, dude, you hungry? Yeah. No.
Oh yeah.
Come on, have a sit. You want to sit down?
I have had the craziest goddamn day. Yeah, absolutely.
When I see
All
that
right.
he has been welcomed into the
grab a
fold,
rock, brother.
when I see that he has been welcomed into the fold, that's when I start bringing people over.
Yep.
Okay.
Do they have food that is offered?
So you got like any allergies, any restrictions we got to be worried about? Man?
God, they are hippies.
Of course they are.
Sal will like zip open the tracksuit top and pull down his wife beater to show off the huge bullet scars that he has. And he said, "Only lead, you know what I'm saying?" Anyway, what you got to eat?
Dude, that is harsh.
4 successes to bring people.
So we got we got some trail mix and we got some Cliff Bars and Hyacinth is real attached to that sandwich you heard, so I don't think you're gonna be able to get a bite out of that.
Hyacinth.
We got some brownies, if you know what I mean.
Wait, no, hold on a second. I want to come back to this Hyacinth issue, but first off, I want one of those brownies.
All right. So this is we got a
And
buddy.
Sal is sort
San
of
Diego?
moving, so he's on the other side of the group from the rock.
Okay. So he sort of draws their attention north so that their backs are to where everybody's coming through.
Yeah.
4 successes on bringing people through.
All right. So yeah, the gauntlet peels open like an orange, and you guys are able to just thump right out.
Cool. After as I see what's going on, really quick over the pack link, Sal, you have an additional mission. I guarantee they have fucking cigarettes. You have to get them from them.
Okay. Sal, who is like probably halfway through a brownie at this point.
Right.
Marijuana.
Go ahead and give
cigarettes.
me just roll stamina difficulty 8.
Oh Jesus. All right.
I mean, there are very few Las Vegas area hippies who smoke pot and don't smoke tobacco.
You said difficulty, just straight stamina difficulty 8?
Stamina difficulty 8.
Woo!
Oh god.
Botch.
Yep.
Okay.
What happens when you botch on pot brownies?
We're gonna find out.
You're gonna be high as a kite by then.
Sal will say, oh, now that's some good fucking shit. Hey, and chewing with his mouth open and crammed full, which is, I will point out, usually not the way Sal eats at all.
Right.
I like that you felt the need to clarify that.
I just realized that it's like it's possible that that's not obviously out of character for Sal, so I wanted to clarify. But so, by the way, you all got any smokes I can bum off you?
Oh, yeah, no, man. You just like kind of wandered out here all by yourself, didn't you?
You know,
yeah.
you know, I tell you what, like I said, I had this whole fucking day, right? We were over there, and then it started off right, and you know how it is in the casinos. You go in, you figure you gotta go out and clear your head. I wander out of the casinos.
Nah, man, we stay away from the strip. That's not our scene. But yeah, I hear. Yeah, no, things can get a little weird. Huh?
Oh no, but I mean, I figured like, you know, I should have probably changed my shoes.
Let me know when I need to go retrieve him.
And then the fucking cavalry. Whoa, these are good brownies. The cavalry came up, you know, as we were leaving.
Oh,
and this other guy, just you ever have one of those friends, right? And he's sort of looking around, addressing all of them now, gesticulating with the brownie. You'll ever have one of those friends who's like, hey, there's a bunch of guys with swords. I'm gonna go charge them, right? Well, this fucking.
Oh my God! Like my one boyfriend from 4 years ago. No, my one boyfriend from 3 years ago was all into that sort of shit. That was ridiculous. He just could not ever let anything go. It was absolutely absurd.
Right.
During all of this, I am trying to call and arrange. Just
you are. Yep, you're getting that all handled.
Yeah.
I assume you will tell me when my botch starts affecting me.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to propose. I know we have plans for what's after this season is up, but I would like to propose an alternative, which is just playing as these characters. They don't have to be mages or vampires or anything. Just these characters.
Well, one of you is going to have to drop out.
Lively wandering their way through the world.
We've got
of
Sage, Hyacinth, Sean, spelled with Haughn, Willem, Rosa, and Shelly Ann, who's going on about her bad boyfriend.
No, it's fine. One of them could be
That's
back.
good. That's
One of them
6.
could be back at home watching the dispensary.
Right? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Mhm.
Oh, wait, we have 7.
This is starting to sound like a Scions game.
Just let me know when you need me to go get him.
Yep.
Well, I think this might be one situation that Sal is completely capable of getting himself out of.
Let's be fair.
I
There
am
are a lot
hoping
of those
he's acting.
situations. I say that out loud and say, and if you ever say I said that to him, I will deny it, and I am good at denying things.
Sure.
Yes,
I'll do
yes.
it anyway.
I have arranged pickup. It will be here in insert time.
About an hour.
So we need to get across open terrain to area where car can come.
Cool.
If you guys want to start making your way that direction, dexterity and stealth, difficulty 6.
Spending for an auto success because, dear God, this is every panic nightmare.
Would you like to? We could. 2 of us could stay on the other side and follow the rest as they find a place to pop back out of. If you'd rather do that, than try to sneak across open terrain in the rear.
I would rather, but I get the sense that
As long as we keep our senses, one of us keeps our senses through and the other keeps an eye out for obstacles, it shouldn't be too hard to follow them.
Then we still
Aiden?
have to get back through again, and wasn't that the whole point of coming out here?
I mean, Anya, this is going to be your call. Whatever is going
Cal and
to.
I will stay on the other side.
Okay.
No, because my glasses are still active, so I can just pop us back over.
Still technically.
I'm
the same
confident.
scene.
I am confident in our ability to make it there in either way. So whichever is going to work best for you.
No, what I mean is we'll follow the group of you as you find a place to wait for the
Right.
car, and then when it gets back, we'll pop back
Yes.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. And you guys have had enough time while Sal is out there hobnobbing with the hippies to exchange information, explain where everybody is,
Yep.
pick out a decent location for the car so that when Anya made the call,
you,
she was able to give them decent directions and that sort of thing.
if my glass is active, do you want me to make these rolls, or can we just assume that we get over? Look
You'll
through,
probably
and
be
follow?
just fine that way. You've got
Yeah.
decent cover here and can take as much time as you need, more or less.
Yep.
As Sal learns the varying philosophies of 6 neo hippies on the shores of Lake Mead.
Right,
As
and
long
then
as
we're-
long as they are talking, he's just letting them talk. As long as they're looking at him.
and we're trying to make our way
As
over.
soon as we're ready, and obviously before the car actually arrives,
Mm-hmm.
we'll just do like, Sal, my lungs aren't poisoning themselves quick enough. Please come.
Right. Sal will find a good breaking point then for the discussion.
Okay. You're able to bum 3 hand-rolled cigarettes off of 2 of them.
Okay.
So you have 2 cigarettes from one person, 1 different cigarette from another person, and are able to, let's see, give me a manipulation and expression difficulty 8.
At least one of those is dosed with some kind of herbal hallucinogen. I almost guarantee it.
As you suddenly start to realize that, have you ever been so in sync with your very best friends that it's almost like you can actually hear them talking in your head? That is so weird.
What
you know what else is weird? Fingernails. What the fuck is up with fingernails?
You said difficulty 8,
which is why you're at a difficulty 8 for trying to break a conversation. Yes.
0.
You
why
rolled-
is your attribute 0?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you still shifted into the?
Yes,
Are
you're
you
selling
listed in
Krynos.
Krynos?
Oh shit.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've got even high off your ass, you've still got more than 1 die to roll on that.
Yeah.
I just like the idea that this Krynos walked up to these guys and they're so
Right,
baked
yeah.
and getting
Hey guys,
and all.
you got anything to eat?
And they're just like, hey, big
Fuck
guy.
yeah.
Still 0.
You suddenly realize that you're about 7 topics down a train that you don't remember getting on. But there is somewhere that you need to be.
Okay. So
Go get him.
So I do have a sense that I need to leave, or no?
Right. Yeah, you've got a sense that you need to be somewhere.
Sal sort of trails off in the middle of whatever he's saying. He's like, "Hey, do you ever wonder if inside each one of these cigarettes there was like a little map on the inside that nobody ever got to see?
Because it burned up.
Yeah, man. Like, what if
Oh my
that's where
fucking God.
And he starts to unroll one of the cigarettes to look at the
Oh
look
my
at the
God.
inside of the
It
paper.
was hand rolled.
Do you say that out loud?
I'm not there.
Okay.
Not unless
We don't actually
you are
get your side of this conversation unless it comes through the psychic.
unless you are also saying it through the pack link, which is not outside the realm of possibility.
No, he is.
You are.
He is not. He is not. But
So yeah, you unroll one of the cigarettes. They're like, oh, there goes the tobacco. Okay. Anything in there?
is there a map in there, Jack?
There's some creases that might charitably have been called design, possibly, but nothing that's intelligible, and you're pretty sure that it's not a map. It might be a postcard, but it's not a map.
What if there's like invisible ink? Any of you guys got a lemon?
Oh, we left one back at the campsite. There was a
Shit.
lemon.
Where's the campsite?
Oh, we hiked like 4 miles down, so
Well,
probably about like dinner time distance,
Oh, like which direction?
north of us. Yeah, actually. You want to have dinner with us, man? Like we'll
Sal?
get you find your place to crash for the night. You can start
hungry am I?
fresh with a new day.
How
Sal.
hungry am I feeling? Is this over the mental link to
Yes.
Sal?
You
I'm not
You could go
shouting
for
it.
some food. You could go for some food, definitely. Those munchies are right around the corner. You can tell.
Over the mental link. Aiden, just chill out, okay? I got us an invite to dinner.
There's a car on the way.
Yeah, but they got food here.
I don't
Aiden.
give a
No.
flying fuck.
Well,
Get your
yeah.
ass over here.
But that's
Ingvar looks over at Aiden and is
Go
like,
get him.
please, I've been wanting to do
Go
this.
get him.
Okay.
out loud, and over the mental link. Sal just goes apropos of nothing to the people he's talking to. Look, you're not the alpha of my goddamn stomach, all right?
So,
Dude, that is like deep, man.
so Ingvar starts walking over, and I need to emphasize
I'm gonna
this
write
because
that
this is
down.
because this has never been stated, and I need to emphasize this. Ingvar, who has just walked out of a river, 4 dots of appearance with the alluring specialty,
Right.
is walking over, soaking wet, and just sort of like walks over to Sal and just puts a hand on his shoulder. All right, big man, we need to head back home.
Oh, hey,
Oh, hey, is this your lady friend, Matt?
well, like, I mean, she's like.
No, you don't got to put a label on it. You don't got to put a label on it. We're
No,
so
but
good.
that
We're
is
so
like-
good.
That is like, think about that. And Sal looks up sort of misty-eyed at Ingvar and says, like, I mean, like, you're a lady. And like, I think we're friends, right?
Oh, these hippies are about to get their asses beat.
You know what? You know what? He's
hungry,
right.
man?
He's right. You don't have to put like a label on it. But seriously, it's been like a whole thing. I was looking for a map, and then like,
Oh, I got a map. Hey, I got a map.
Ingvar just looks at the group and just flashes teeth and is like, we've got a group of friends that we got to get this guy back to before he loses track of everything. And she just got that very low growl just sort of building in the throat just a little bit.
Give me an appearance and intimidation, difficulty 7.
Oh, yes. Please let this work. So I'm
Who
just
do
begging.
we send to retrieve Ingvar once Ingvar
3
starts
successes!
murdering hippies?
Honestly, I feel like this was the best choice.
There's a bit of frost that kind of accretes at the edge of the conversation with these statements. And they sort of nod a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
And Ingvar just slowly starts leading Sal back to the group.
And as you guys walk away, you hear one of the girls who hitherto had not spoken yet. Good energy, make good choices.
Sal will, as he's being.
Hekau, it's fine. If Ingvar murders them, they're just hippies.
I assume at this point Sal is being sort of more actively tugged away.
Honestly, did my specialization apply? Because that could be 4 successes.
Not for alluring. Alluring
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
intimidate very rarely go together.
Yeah,
once in a while, but
that's fair.
You are trying to intimidate a bunch of hippies, not being a dom at a local club.
Right.
You don't know what the hippies are into, just like the bunny.
It doesn't matter necessarily what you're into. There's a time and a place, is what I'm saying. And that time is midnight while wearing all leather, holding a bullwhip, not on the side of a lake while people are getting high.
Hey, you don't know what Ingvar's into.
This also is true. But Sal is eventually extracted from his distraction.
Shouting over his shoulder. Wait, what was for dinner? What was for
I
dinner?
feel like by this point, Hekau, and Anya have made their way back to the mortal side.
They're
Yep,
in the
I'll
car
say you
waiting.
could- Yep. mhm.
Whatever.
Now,
it's
you
called.
guys still have a good half hour before the car gets here, but So we will pick this up after a brief break when everybody resumes and reassembles at a parking area off the little highway there.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute. Please sit through these commercial messages. We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. So you are all standing in a parking lot. One of you blazed out of his gourd. And
It's
you've got
me.
about, we'll say, 10 minutes before you're expecting the vehicle to pull up.
How
Ingvar is just
frivolous would it be to suggest that he pop across the gauntlet, become a dog briefly, and come back?
Ingvar's just got like this cocksure grin. It's like, I never get to do that. That was very fun.
What happened?
Someone got stoned, I'm pretty sure. I can smell it.
Oh, Sal, did you bring Aiden in what you requested?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't get to check these other two for maps. He pulls out 2 cigarettes and
Don't
if nobody
do
stops
it.
him,
Don't you do it.
if nobody stops him,
He's gonna reach out and try to grab him.
Dexterity and
Look, Anya's
larceny.
a Galliard. There's an appreciation for irony.
Difficulty 4, Aiden.
Dexterity and larceny?
Yep.
Crap.
It's only did 4.
You can spend a willpower if you really need those smokes.
No, I 4, so it would actually be 5, 6.
It goes up by 1 if you don't have a
1.
dot.
Okay, yeah, I don't have larceny.
All right, so it'll be dexterity difficulty 5 then. Yep.
Welp. Those damn ones.
So
Do I get at least one of them.
yeah, we'll say you get one of them
All
before
right.
it gets completely unwrapped.
Cool. I tell you what, I will, when I'm done with it, I will tell you if I feel like there was map ink in it.
oh yeah, like you'll breathe it in, sort of thing.
Yeah,
And then like the map will be in you.
in me. And yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's
seems
totally
this
how
is
it
making
works.
A lot more sense now.
Okay. Yeah, I like
There are
that.
maps in those things?
No,
there aren't.
Sal will turn around delightedly to Dakota. And
No.
what is Dakota wearing in Hamid form?
On Hamid form, it's probably her basic like tie-dye hiking outfit.
Okay. Sal will turn around and say, I was just thinking about it, and like Technicolor, really think about this. Like, you know how much paper there is out there? Like, you look at a book,
Dakota,
right?
I assume you have met people who are stoners before?
A couple times, not too often though.
This is what the transformation itself is. He will be fine either when he returns to an alternate form or once it wears off.
I still got half a brownie. He'll hold it out to Dakota.
She'll shrug and take a bite.
Just so you know, that is how they...
She'll be fine.
Dakota, roll me a
Fine.
stamina
yes.
roll.
It's fine.
Yeah, just for the record, Dakota's
I love brownies.
Yeah, she's not in her breed form right now, so
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
What am I making right now?
Stamina roll, difficulty 6.
Okay.
I will laugh my ass off if these random hippies somehow manage to
0
get on
successes.
awakened marijuana.
One of them is a kinfolk, and nobody thought to check. It's got a little bit of yeah, there's something going on here. You're fine, but you can feel something sort of gently prodding a few of those neurons in your brain. Whatever's happened to Sal is not happening to you, but
Okay. This is different.
Well, okay, but back to the paper. So, you know how there's all that paper out there, and we can only see part of it. So, like, what if all of it had something on it for us? Anybody got any paper?
No.
No, and you couldn't have it anyway.
Red Eyes, I That's just real cruel. Okay, so if you got paper, when you get it, you got to look at it. Try to find out what's going on. Oh, I wonder if I got any in my cigarettes. And he'll pat the pockets of his tracksuit and pull out the absolutely sodden pack that he has in his pocket.
Yep. Soaked to the bone.
If they're a bone in your cigarettes, throw them away.
You don't know my life.
Okay, a question mostly because I'm curious. Does Aiden have a lighter dedicated?
I think we have established that he's got a dedicated lighter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he did
Mhm.
wait, what happened at the golf course? Did you have to bomb a? I know you had to you picked a
I,
cigarette
I,
off
I
the
was
ground.
taking refries out of
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes. I
Okay.
He
remember
was
that.
scrounging halfies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ugh.
No, because there's absolutely legitimate uses to have a lighter on you in any
Yeah.
situation that
Yeah.
involves
Yeah, that-
smoking. Also, smoking.
Right.
Are lighters
Also
are,
checking for the invisible ink on everything.
So Jack,
Yeah.
because a lighter is in essence just a flintstone, like a flintstone that is in a gear shape, so that when you flick it, it creates a spark. Would that be considered an item of the Weaver? Because it's just
Technically, but not to the point
Yeah.
where you'd take a renown hit for dedicating a lighter.
I just got curious because it's like, how simple does a machine have to be before it's no longer part
There
of
are
the Weaver?
Weaver Weaver type gifts that basically are like your knife doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
your
that's
fixed blade knife doesn't work anymore. It
that's
doesn't
a
have any
Child
moving
of
parts or
Gaia
anything.
gift.
Yeah, that's a Kagi.
Jam
That's a
weapon.
Kagi
That's
special
my.
right there.
I think that's the one I have.
Yeah, I think
It
I think
is,
you
I
already
think.
have
Yeah,
that
you've
one.
used it
Mhm.
before.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. Basically, once you move beyond, I broke this off a tree, I picked this up off a mountain, it starts to get a little weavery.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of it.
Once you have worked it in any regard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Blacksmiths are of
Right
the
about
Weaver.
now, though, a large man driving an even larger vehicle with heavily tinted windows that may or may not be street legal pulls up.
There are different regulations for the back of limos.
It's true. But there are still regulations.
Yeah.
The back can be as dark as it like. It's the front window that. There are also different
Anya will
regulations
just
for
get it.
which
Sort of
capacity.
give him a nod, get in.
Yep.
Crawl into the.
Do a nod as
Yep.
well.
Let's go, folks.
Coda will take Sal by the arm.
Okay.
Make sure he knows where he's going.
Yes, Sal will happily be led along.
I'm gonna.
And is now focusing on the swirls in Dakota's shirt.
I'm gonna sit on the opposite end of the limo from where Anya is,
Mm-hmm.
and crack the window next to me so that Anya cannot be seen from outside, and just very carefully breathe out the window.
Okay. Anya, what address do you give for your return trip?
I assume I have this set up because, this is something I have to do on some regular basis.
Okay, so you're just having him take you to the halfway house then?
Yeah, wherever the appropriate address as sort of has already been established with the city is for the halfway house, unless Aiden has any other sort of instructions or orders or preferences.
Nope.
All right. You guys have a little bit of a trip back, or are we skipping ahead?
Sal definitely has a trip back.
It's very entertaining.
With the opportunity, now that we're sort of have the opportunity to relax a little bit, Aiden just gets super withdrawn and just sort of sits there in his corner.
I, at some point, will hand Sal a video that I have queued up of just some random stuff. I don't know.
It's a TikTok compilation video.
Yeah.
Alternately, what if it's one of those terrifying children's videos?
Baby
Yeah,
shark.
I was more thinking of that. She's
Which
going
is
through
very
all of it.
like given the whole Jaws thing. Yeah. So congratulations. The rest of your drive back to Las Vegas is Sal going, baby shark do 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 shark do 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 do
I tried.
baby shark,
As
and he's like
Dakota dances
clapping in
to it.
people's faces. Do, do.
Can he
Yep.
please be turned into...
It's not hurting anyone.
At what point does it shift to diggy diggy hole?
I mean, I do need a little. So when you said put hands, what exactly are you doing to other people?
He's the baby shark dance.
Baby
He's
shark.
snapping his hands in
God.
front of their faces. Like,
Is this a cultural thing that's
Yeah.
gone past you because it's weird parts of the internet and also sports?
Probably yes, but I just wanted to.
It's-
I just wanted
if you
to.
have a
This is
ch-
Bible camp
if you
for me.
have a child, it's
Yes.
everywhere. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know how out
Children,
of
sports, and
Yeah.
weird parts of the internet that are aware of this. It's a children's song that became popular again recently.
And it's got a
Got
series
it.
of hand motions that you go through.
Also, this one weird
Yeah.
Bible camp I went to for
So
a couple
Yeah.
summers.
mhm,
to
yeah.
clarify then, or to slightly modify, Aiden is quiet and withdrawn until hands start getting smacked in his face, and he not hard enough to cause
Oh,
pain,
yeah.
but with no small level of perhaps almost threat, just smacks the hands out of his face.
and I try to snap the hand.
I would like to try and intervene on this.
Yeah, Dakota's gonna try to
This is-
put herself between the two of them.
Fight in a limo. Fight, fight, fight.
Okay.
This is bad.
Go Krynos, tear it apart. It's fine.
Alex and Dakota are going to
Yeah.
roll for mom.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much.
What do we roll for mom?
Manipulation and empathy.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Ooh.
difficulty
Anya,
7.
once that sort of intervention has occurred, Anya is going to try and exude the sort of aura of I am leader of you, Wolf. Not necessarily pack leader, Wolf, but I am in
and
position. Stop.
as I mean, and as funny as this is, I do want to clarify. He's doing the hand claps. He's not physically touching anybody, and he's not
Yeah.
shoving it right up in the face.
Yeah.
He's just clapping at people from his seat.
We
He's not getting out of
understand
his
that.
seat and wandering around.
Go, go.
Question. I have unswerving logic for manipulation. Does that count toward this?
There's nothing logical
Okay.
about Sal right now. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough. What difficulty is it again?
Difficulty 7.
7? Okay. I got a success.
Me too.
All right. So the pair of you sort of do a little bit of seat rearranging briefly and carefully in the passenger area of a limo.
Okay, Sal. Okay.
And the seating arrangement now is Aiden, Dakota, Alex, Sal. In that order. So there are 2 bodies now between Aiden and Sal.
Okay.
Is anyone joining Sal and singing?
Yeah, just sort of
Yes.
more simply aura calming it down.
I like the defeated yes.
Baby shark.
I feel like Dakota's not going to leave him hanging.
She was dancing to it earlier, but I think
Okay.
she's gonna make sure Aiden's okay right now.
Fair.
and the Baby Shark Symphony Express continues down
Yep.
into Las Vegas. And unless anything else needs to happen in the meantime, eventually arriving once more.
So when we're pulling into the parking lot before the limo has fully stopped,
Mhm.
but while it's still like getting to stopped, Cacao has opened the door, stepped out, closed it, and walked off.
Okay, he's
Someone needs to make report. Aiden, are you able or?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I can do that.
Dakota's going after Hakao.
is Sal still doing his stuff?
So,
Or
yeah,
is he kind of calmed down by now? Come
I
down.
think he's probably moved
He's
on.
he's starting to taper.
Okay, I'm gonna stay by Sal.
Alex, I assume you know how to take care of.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, just to Aiden. Well, unless you need me.
Nope, you're good. Go.
Off. Nope, not gonna be here anymore.
All right, so Hakao's headed off one direction with Dakota trailing. Alex is keeping an eye on Sal.
Yep. I'm gonna try and wrangle him toward his room.
Okay. Aiden, you're headed to go find Juniper?
Yep.
Okay. And Anya, where are you headed? Your office?
My office, which is
Okay.
soundproofed.
Right.
And yeah.
So you won't be hearing singing. And what's up with Ingvar?
Ingvar probably steps out of the limousine, just sort of stretches her arms because she's back in open space where there aren't any threats, and then just sort of, oh, right, I need to get this shotgun back. And she walks off to see Vinny and give back.
Can you get, I take Sal's from him and hand them to Ingvar.
Yeah, she'll take
Sal,
the,
you are frisked for your guns. You're
Yep.
borrowing.
Sal doesn't have them, remember?
Oh, did you lose all of them?
They got left behind.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, they were.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
Sal has. I mean, if you're looking for guns, Sal has his dedicated guns.
Okay.
Yeah, those he didn't drop.
Okay, but I would know that those are Sal's guns, not ones that need to go back to him.
There's a rifle and an automatic pistol that were handed out to the Pince-Nez, and I assume are still being used forever and always in the backgrounds now.
Okay. I do still probably check, but then
Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, Alex is apprised of the fact that, oh shit, we have some borrowed guns that did not come back.
Okay, you may need to apologize.
Yeah, I'll let Vinny know.
Oh,
I'll let Sal do the apologizing once he's come down.
Yeah.
No, let's go. I'm Vinny. I love Vinny. Let's go see Vinny. Come on.
No, you need to get some water. We were out in the desert, and then there was a glacier and a lot of walking. You are definitely thirsty by now.
Man, my skin is gonna just be a mess.
You've got some cottonmouth actually kicking in now, Sal. Yeah,
water sounds real good. I tell you what, I got some nice water back in the flat ear. Why don't we go back? I'm gonna put on some Ramsey Lewis. It's gonna be great.
God. Okay.
Ingvar walks.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go do.
All right.
I feel like there was a missed opportunity, by the way, to really fuck with Sal, and instead of that, show him a lot of happy tree friends.
I mean, happy tree friends would have definitely.
Or salad fingers.
Salad
I don't know
fingers
what
would
any
have
of these
worked.
are.
Happy tree friends is the greatest thing in the world.
Salad fingers is not.
Salad fingers is definitely not.
I don't know if I want to know.
You don't.
Probably not.
If you don't know, you don't want to know.
Probably not.
Yep.
Probably don't. Yep.
So Hakao goes into his room, closes the door behind him, locks it, crawls into the cardboard box palace he has set up, curls up, and just begins to cry.
Okay.
And is just going to be there for a while.
All right.
Dakota will probably follow him into the room as long as the door is unlocked.
The door is locked.
She will knock.
No response. I was catatonic at the.
She's gonna sit down in front of the door and wait.
Okay. as Aiden, as you head toward Juniper's apartments, there are a couple unfamiliar figures seated on her front porch with drinks in hand. As you start to get closer, you see one of them sort of lift a hand and wave. I thought we would see you again sooner.
I know you.
You recognize him as Vincent Black Shadow.
Oh, one of the random
Those
guys we ran into on the
assholes.
street. Yeah.
One of the guys that you ran into on the street.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's right. You told you. Yeah. Hi.
Looks like we are to be cairn mates for a bit, at least.
Cool.
Juniper is inside if you need to talk to her.
I-
You look like you bear dark news.
No, it was had a bit of a heroin trip. It's fine. Thank you. And I will move.
He holds out a
past him.
beer as you step up onto the porch.
Pause. Take it. And head in. Or head up and knock, rather.
Yeah. Well, actually, the front door is actually tilted.
Oh, it's open?
Already open. Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear a couple other voices inside.
Yep. Yeah, head in.
You see Juniper sitting there talking to one of the females of Vincent's pack. Very dark skin, hair kind of dreaded back and pulled in a short ribbon. You saw her on the streets as well, but she definitely kept towards the back of the pack for the most part. They look up, and Juniper just jumps up and comes over and tries to give you a hug.
He doesn't fight it.
Okay.
He's not really hugging back, but
Right. Which she recognizes pretty quickly and sort of takes a little step to the side, pats you on the
we're
shoulder.
good. You
Any
got
loss?
you got a few
Yeah.
to talk?
Mavka, if you could wait outside, this is... The woman nods, stands up, kind of gives you a little bit of a side eye, not threatening, just very evaluating kind
Yeah.
of.
Well, we
trying to
did
get a
have
read
such a
on you.
great first meeting,
You
so I
guys,
understand.
you guys.
I did
guys-
almost try to attack with murderous intent.
It's true.
So,
Yep.
you know.
But she kind of glances you up and down.
Yep.
Brief, but not uncivil nod, and then
Mhm.
steps out.
Cool.
And Juniper kind of beckons you to follow, and leads you into her little den
Yep.
off the main room. Shuts the door behind her. You got a drink already. Good.
Yes. I'm good. I'm fine. I just
Any loss?
it was no people.
Okay.
It's good. I'm have to. It's a long story. Anyways, so we all made it out. Hekau knows how to make what we need.
Is that what they sent you after?
Apparently, I really love
Well,
that. Yeah. Anyway. Everybody is. Let's go with fine-ish. We'll be okay. Might need a little bit of downtime, to be honest.
trauma
but-
and enlightenment can sometimes walk very closely together.
Yeah. That and the chance to come down from what were apparently exceptionally strong pot brownies. It's a thing. Sal, he's fine. Oh, also, we may have lost a crap load of Vinny's guns.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Okay.
Plus the
Well,
duffel, or plus what was ever in the duffel bag.
The
Yeah.
duffel bag full, a crap load.
that's gonna be fun to deal with.
I mean, we were in the fucking battlegrounds.
Yes. Yes.
If it's any consolation to them, I'm sure they're being put to excellent use now.
I'm sure they are. Vinny loves guns the same way Fieri loves food, though, so we'll have to. There might be some diplomacy.
Please
But,
tell me he has
anyway,
a repurposed
anyway.
sign that says Flavor Town.
Do you mean shotgun diplomacy?
So, all right, but be that as it may.
We,
What
my
are-
understanding is we have a course of action.
Okay. Good. What are we going to need?
That's a really good question. Hakao needs a little bit of time.
All right. Well,
Probably-
as soon as you
what
have
time
anything
of day is it?
actionable. Right about now, it's pushing probably 6 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably tomorrow, maybe sooner. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a little harrow.
Well, that's
Also,
that's the
we-
Umbra.
We ended up coming out in wasteland, a big worm area,
And no loss.
and had to run from a bane.
Oh. Okay.
And black spiral dancers, twitch. We all got out. Nobody got physically hurt.
All right.
But that's probably important to know because they did see us and might have even been close enough. Oh, fuck.
Did anyone get injured during the?
No. Everybody is physically fine.
Okay.
Dakota got caught by sort of got trapped by got her foot trapped in some dirt, but
What
I
form
don't
was she in?
think she was physically injured. She's fine now at the very least.
All right. Well,
Nothing permanent.
They can. Having somebody's fur is not great.
Right.
But...
Right. No, that's
but I mean,
absolutely.
But you got
true.
everybody out alive, and that's more than most
Yep.
packs would have probably been able to manage. So we will prioritize this.
Okay. All right. Yeah, for sure. Anyways,
good job.
I'm going to go.
Go
Just
drink,
points
smoke,
at the
sleep,
can.
everything. Yes, absolutely. All right.
And if you need anything,
things have been fairly
phone?
quiet, all
Okay.
things considered. Your new friends showed up and they've been good. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Friends.
You met them first, apparently. So
I'm just saying. I mean, we literally were in the middle of the city and they were howling.
Yep. That is definitely a thing that happened. They're young.
Just saying. All right. Anyways, you do you. Yes. And I head out.
All right. Ingvar.
Yep.
You just walk up, knock on the door, I assume, or
Yep.
Vinny answers after a few moments. He's there in his normal sort of vaguely stained Hanes white t-shirt and tracksuit bottoms, wearing flip-flops. Hey, looks like you got one of mine.
Yep, I came to return this one. Did very good for me in the battlegrounds.
Hey, glad to hear it. So, rest of them will be dropping them off by in a bit.
Sal will be the one who'll have to figure all of that out for you. He was the one who had the other two.
Yeah. Oh, I love the buck passing so much.
Good man, good
it's-
man, that Mararo.
It's nice down
talk to
here
him.
under this
I'll look him
bush.
Yes, he handed that one off to me because I could do something a little shorter ranged. So I'm bringing it back to you.
Well, you need anything like this again next time, or you looking to buy one of your own? You let me know. I can give you a name of some good dealers in town.
I might have to at some point. A shotgun feels good.
Sounds like a plan. Then we'll see you later.
What time of the day is it?
It's about 6 p.m. right now.
You have a good night, Vinny. I'll
You
let
too,
Sal
lady.
know to come see you whenever he comes down.
No, yeah, that's the cell I know. All right. And he shuts the door behind him. And as the door shuts, you can immediately hear, and he's like apparently inspecting it.
So
Okay.
with that, she sort of turns, and there's like the deadpan expression. You get like the nice long camera shot of her just like slowly cracking an amused grin. She just shakes her head and heads back to her room.
Okay. Sal and Alex, what are you two off to?
I'm trying to herd Sal back to his room, get him in there. Yeah, you're slow. Is slow coming down. Alex would probably stay with you, intending to stay with you until you sort of come down to a stable state where you're not going to go off and do something stupid.
Does she suggest a shift at any point? Because I think with the botch, Sal doesn't realize he's high.
Yeah, I think she would as soon as we're like, and yeah, you may want to like shift. You're not thinking straight, Sal. You laughed at a video for like 10 straight minutes, which I know you love movies, but it's a long time.
But I mean, all the sharks.
Yep, all the sharks. But what are you gonna do if like Jaws?
As far
fucking
as you're
Jaws
aware, Sal, that was possibly the most hilarious hour and 45 minutes of sharks that you had ever seen in your life.
Yep.
No. Alex. Red eyes. Look, kid. The thing you don't realize, okay, is that sure, it looks like a kid's video on first blush, right? But when you really get into it, it's the whole family dynamics. Because you got the baby shark. But then who's next, right? It's the mama shark.
I wouldn't know, Sal.
Yeah, but
What do you think would happen if, like, you know, you were showing us Jaws and talking about, oh, this is what we're gonna do if the Rokia come, right? What if Jaws comes here right now? You ready for it? You ready?
No, but Alex, that's the thing. I'm thinking about it now, and like, what if Jaws had a mama shark, right? Like, what if no, Alex? What if Jaws is the way that Jaws was because Jaws didn't have a mama and daddy shark? Oh, Alex. Oh, Aiden was right. What if Jaws is like a lost cub of the Rokia?
This is the single greatest conversation in the history of final show films.
I gotta make some calls. Aiden's right.
No,
What if I got some
Sal?
lost cubs out there?
Sal. Shift
But like,
now.
okay. I'm gonna roll to see if I can shift.
Stamina and primal urge.
Botch, get stuck.
And he was high forever.
Oh God.
4 successes.
Nay.
Okay.
Boom.
So it goes into Krynos, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your head like weirdly kind of clears for a minute and give yourself a little bit of a blink. But yeah, and it's very weird to be going into that slow decline and then all of a sudden stone cold sober.
Yep.
Blinks and says, "What the fuck was in that brownie?"
The spirit of ayahuasca.
Oh shit! Did
Something strong.
did Xena say she was going over to talk to Vinny?
Yep. But she was gonna give you time to, sober up.
Over the mental link, you hear Sal, who sounds much more like himself. Hey, did you tell Vinny about the missing guns?
I told him that
Mental
you'd be
link is for
by with.
pack emergency only.
Yeah. Sal, use a phone. She's got a phone.
The Ingvar will get a text that well, actually, okay. So Sal's already asked. Does Ingvar respond over text or over the mental link?
I mean, after names after Anastasia's lash out over the totem link, she'll just pull out her phone and just send the text.
There's definitely one of these in physical space from Sal to Alex.
Space too.
And she'll just text. No, I definitely said that you'd be by to talk to him about the other two guns after you sobered up.
And then over the group chat, Sal texts, "Anybody want to go shopping?"
Sure.
Sal looks at Alex in the room and says, "You want to come out?"
He's gonna
There's
know
a text
that.
from Anya. He will know.
Yeah. He's gonna know.
I really want Aiden to text Flavor Town with no explanation. Just because Aiden's the only one that heard the Fieri line.
Yeah, no, sadly no. The only text you get from Aiden is just a thumb down emoji.
Sal texts back, "Gee, never thought of that." And rolls his eyes again at Alex as the text comes through from Anya.
He is.
I'm not going to
Pretty
try
sure
to
he is.
replace the fucking things. I'm
Okay,
going to buy him new ones, better
Alright.
ones, and a little
Happy to
something
use
extra
that
on
to
the
do.
side. Hold on. What was the name of the wise guy that Sal met at the moon? It started with a J.
The one who was the color of the right?
The one that Sal chatted with.
Jensen Esteban?
Yeah, that
that's
was it. That was it. Jensen Esteban.
I mean, he never asked for that.
I'm gonna call up.
John.
God damn it. I'm gonna give him a call, real quick.
I'm going to continue my aggressive ignorance of wrestling.
That wasn't a wrestling thing. That was a
Okay.
Deus Ex.
That was Deus Ex.
Okay.
Would probably like Deus Ex.
2 or 3 rings, and then... Hello?
Hey, it's me. It's Sal. How
Yeah.
you doing?
I got caller ID. I can tell.
Yeah, I got you. Listen, we got a friend over here, and friend lent me some tools, and I gotta I lost them, and I gotta pick him up some replacements. You got a tool guy here in town?
I mean, you looking for a full bag? Or you looking for custom work?
Couple bits, real nice. Maybe something antique as a little thank you.
Nah. Okay. Yeah, I can hook you up. Give me 30.
You got it.
All right, I'll text you the location.
Sounds good.
Click.
And Sal hangs up and looks at Alex and says, "Oh, we got 30. You want to go get something to eat?"
Yeah.
All right. And he'll text Ingvar and said, "Come on, we're gonna go get some food and then get some guns."
Sounds good.
Dakota, did you want to come too?
Is this text or?
Yeah, text.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll respond, no thanks.
Okay.
Did anybody else say yes to shopping? I don't think so.
I think it was just the three of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not intentionally ignoring anyone who did.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go get some food. I think everybody else is suitably ensconced in whatever it is they need to be getting done. What are you guys getting for food?
What's nearby that we could get in half an hour?
I mean, pretty much
Actually-
anything you'd need.
Actually, given that Alex is in the car, is there a Five Guys?
There's a Five Guys somewhere close enough. Yeah, there's a Five Guys within 30 minutes range.
Okay. Hey Zena, you like burgers?
Defined, because I don't think that they're the same here as they are elsewhere.
Oh yeah,
With the
like the
bun,
little
a lot of salt.
they're not like the cookies.
No, it's meat sandwiches are made differently, but yes.
All right. Come on, give him a try. And yeah, he'll drive to Five Guys, which
So,
Straight
Sal
straight
knows
drop
Alex
south
likes
down
at least.
Maryland Parkway.
This is the greasiest slab of meat I've ever seen.
so
Try the burger.
after about 30 minutes, Dakota will stop hearing Hakao in the room.
Cacao.
Yes.
Can I come in, please?
Period of quiet.
Not
of
that
the
it's not nice out here, but
sound of the door unlocking.
as soon as he opens the door, she's going to give him a big hug.
Around you, closes the door. He's very big on making sure a door that has been opened gets closed again.
Are you okay? I mean, I know you're not okay, but will you be okay?
The panic has mostly receded.
What
No.
was it exactly?
Everything that happened at my home sort of came spiraling back, and I just panicked.
I understand. She's gonna hug him again.
He'll hug back. I've seen a lot of things. Nothing really scares me more than that. Because I know I won't be able to do anything about it this time.
What do you mean?
Sort of indicates his arm and his eye. I paid this price the last time something like that happened. I don't have enough parts left to pay it again.
Doesn't mean that the same thing would happen. I mean, you were
Dakota.
the last one standing in the battlegrounds. You're stronger than you think.
Dakota, I burned. Not like you light your hand on fire. Like you are the wood. Inside out. My eye, my arm, my leg, my body. I can't do that again.
Understand.
And when I saw that behind us, that's all I could think. Nothing else was there, just blind panic and the memory of that burning.
She'll stare him straight in the eye. Say,
He's crying again.
okay.
Just from the one eye, obviously.
She's got like her arm around him too. I promise I will do everything in my power to make sure that never happens to you again.
He just sort of is. He's focusing on his breathing again now, trying to keep it steady. Just, I can't do that again. He'll just lean his head on Dakota, which I think Dakota's taller than him, so it works.
I think she's, gosh, I can't remember.
He's
I think
5'8".
she's just, yeah, I think she's just shy of 6 feet. So yeah.
Yeah. He's 5'8". He's tiny compared to the rest of you.
Dakota will just put her arms around him and just stay there with him.
He doesn't say anything else.
Notably, at the restaurant at Five Guys, as they're sort of sitting down and having a moment to eat, as Ingvar sort of tears through her meal, she sort of leans back for a second and sits straight, and kind of takes in a breath, and then just face forward, her forehead hits the desk, hits the table, and she just
Ow,
face plants on the desk for a second, on the table for a second.
Like as in she passed out? Or?
No, she just like eyes closed, face down for a
I
second.
just like the idea that the exhaustion catches up and
I was
bam!
really hoping that was the case.
I like the idea that American food is too overwhelming.
She's having a burger attack. Oh God.
So you just like lay your head down, not.
Yeah, she just like lays her head down on the table for a second.
I was definitely picturing
Okay.
something very violent in nature.
Yeah, so did I.
It was violent. It was just like, okay, I'm done being upright right now.
Okay.
Y'all right there, Xena?
Like all you see is like the mop of her like bright orange hair, and she's just like, "Ah."
That's a no. Okay. All right.
You want to talk about it?
Catching up.
She sort of leans back and her hair flies out of her face. Do you have any idea how frustrating it is to have any form of expertise ignored?
Yeah. That's kind of a mantra in this pack these days. Let it out. Like we established, and I apologize, I was kind of being an asshole back there with the whole brownie situation, but we're friends, right?
That's not what I mean. I mean, no one in this group seems to understand battlefield tactics but me, and I'm the last person who's giving orders in a fight.
Are we in the restaurant right now?
Yep.
Let's go. Maybe do this in the car.
Sure.
All right. Sal wolfs down the rest of his burger.
You look around, there's probably 7 or 8 other tables occupied in this Five Guys, all of them on the complete opposite side of the wall from you 3.
We're probably all right.
Okay, just yeah.
Anyway, so you were talking about how you feel your talents are being undervalued at work. And he winks at Alex in a very, very terribly non-subtle way.
Yeah.
Let's just go for a car ride and talk. Because I'm bad at this. I'm bad at...
You're not bad at this. You're learning.
It's all right. Let's go talk about it. Come on.
Walk out to the car.
Yep.
Right about now, your phone buzzes. Sal.
Okay. I'll check it.
Just a text from Esteban.
Is it a place?
Yep.
I will start driving to that place.
All right. He gives you a says parking lot behind the barbecue, Duneville and Spring Mountain Road, which you can find that intersection easily enough on.
Want us with you, or is this like a wise guys thing?
Etiquette wise, would that be okay to bring packmates?
Give me an intelligence and etiquette roll. Difficulty for you 6 on this one. It is your tribe after all.
Intelligence and etiquette, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Unsurprisingly, Sal does not have a tremendous amount of etiquette. So I don't know. So does that raise the difficulty?
Do you don't have any dots in etiquette?
Have you met Sal?
Okay, I wasn't sure if you took one, but no. I assumed you didn't. The 6 includes the lack of dot.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 success.
It's a deal and a setup, and based on your background with Esteban and the sort of interactions you guys have had, it'll probably be fine. The guy might ask like he might be a little cagey or ask somebody to stand in the car or something. Yeah. But yeah, no, bringing your packmates to the meet, that's normal enough.
If there's any element of uncertainty, just as a respect thing to somebody who's higher up in the organization than he is, Sal will text back and say, "All right, if I bring 2 packmates, we were getting dinner."
Be about 30 seconds, and then he'll text back, "Just behave yourselves."
Text back, "Want a burger?"
Extra rare.
Okay. All right. I will pick him one up before we leave.
Okay.
The fast food guy gives you the exact look that he has to give like 8 people a day
who think they can get their fast food patty grilled to order.
Yep.
Yeah, because all of them are ordering it. Oh, like just not cooked at all. Like, no.
No pickles, but double ketchup. And on this one, we only want the mustard on the bottom half of it. Because if you put it on the top, then it seeps a little bit more, and that just doesn't taste quite right. You know what I mean? Hi,
I'm like
from
angry
Portland.
at you now, and I know that that's your joke.
Yeah,
See?
yeah.
That's why you don't use condiments on sandwiches. You get meat, you get cheese, and you leave.
That's objectively wrong, but okay.
Ketchup.
If you want ketchup, you put it on yourself some other time.
Yes. No,
Well,
I
hey,
would
what
never
you-
do
what-
that because I worked
Put it on the
fast food
sandwich
before.
later. What you do in your own time is up to you.
I mean, I have had to do that because I have friends that have dietary restrictions.
Well, yes, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
once,
guys are driving.
once we're in the car and driving, Gore's like, I'm not good at lying. I'm only moderately well educated. What I'm good at is fighting and understanding a battlefield, and no one bothers to consult me on any of it. Everyone else is throwing out orders as if they know the best plan of attack.
Sal says, you're preaching to the choir. My old job used to be fucking bodyguard. And who did they leave behind to guard the body of the person who was at the core of the whole thing? They left you. You should have been out there on the fucking front lines tackling Aiden before he could go make an ass of himself.
There's just a lot, and Alpha and Beta have been chosen, so I just apparently sit on the back lines and take orders from people who don't know what they're talking about in certain situations.
You know, the whole concept of Alpha, it's supposed to be a fluid fucking thing. If we're in a situation where we're in battle, it ain't gonna be the first time that an Aurun who weren't fucking Pack Beta steps up and becomes Alpha for the purposes of that battle. And look, not for nothing, I ain't saying they ain't good at what they do, but you're right. That ain't battle for either one of them.
That should get brought up then.
And I'm supposed to be protecting people, and if I don't get the opportunity to make decisions that are going to put people in less danger, I can't protect people.
I hear you. Look, I got your back on this. Alex is right. We bring it up, fine, but
the problem I see here is that honestly, I don't think the rest of the group trusts you that much. That's why it's probably just a result of, I'm not saying that you're not I'm not saying that you're not trustworthy, but the way things started.
When I asked if we needed to do something and then followed through with it, and then acted when someone was actively trying to subvert us.
I'm talking about like way at the beginning when things went, sideways with the Karen opening. I'm not saying that's fair. I'm just saying that's how I see it. And Sal, you have a personality that is not always well received, depending on who you're going at with it.
hey, look, am I fucking saying I should be Alpha?
No.
I mean, yeah, obviously I should, but no. Look, of course not, all right? But we're a pack, all right? We're not a fucking shareholders meeting, and I get the feeling that if we try to bring this up, we're going to get batted back down because we didn't file everything in fucking triplicate over here.
So, do you want me to bring it up at a different point in time? Aiden's out there drinking. I can go talk to him when we get back.
I mean, look, not for nothing, kid. I know you got a whole lot of shit, but I mean, think about what we found out. Think about what you went through. You're right. Aiden's back there drinking. He's got fucking balls on him. I'm not saying that. He's out there at the front, but he shouldn't be out there at the front. He's not trying to lead us. He's trying to get himself taken down. Not for nothing. I'm just saying. He ain't the only Philodox around, kid.
I'm not ready for that.
Maybe it ain't the kind of thing that anybody's ever ready for. I mean, the one thing I will give Aiden credit for, you think he felt ready for it? No. He's doing the best he fucking can with it. That's all any of us can do.
I'm not ready for that. I don't even know if like tomorrow when after Juniper goes and tells the rest of everyone that I'm still going to be like allowed out again, or if they're going to decide that no, you've finished that job and now we are going to.
Well, fuck that. If they're going to try to ground you again, we're going to make, hold on. We're going to make this whole fucking thing wide open. They try to bring that up again.
Yeah, we'll see how stuff goes. I'm saying there are places and times to make those stands and ways that you can phrase these things and say these things so that they are listened to.
You're right. And that's why
I
you're
think
the
you
Philodox.
should. I think it should be done. But I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Whatever.
I'm not saying that anyone needs to be replaced as alpha or beta, but my understanding, and maybe this is just the way that the Get function, and maybe it's different elsewhere, is that the pack is a support structure. Everyone is important in the pack, and everyone's word is necessary. Those with the experience speak.
And I got your back on this.
It takes 10 swords to bring down a Bane. Any individual one failing will die.
Did Ingvar just, it takes a village Banes?
Beautiful.
Look, my point is, if we were out there in the battlefield again, we got to have somebody with battlefield experience making the calls here.
Yeah. Sorry. It's just really funny from a meta perspective.
So, I think I can put in the call for another meeting, added to the schedule, see if it gets approved, etc., etc.
Oh yeah, make sure you get all 5 fucking stamps on it.
Listen, if that's what it takes, yes. You dot the I's and you fill in the forms.
All right, you dot your I's and you fill in your forms. But Ingvar and I, we're going to be over here ready to slash some T's when the time comes to it, all right?
I don't think we'll have to do that much. It's Aiden, and he's not. I don't think he'll need that much.
I like how the slowly degraded.
I just feel like I have been trained basically from birth for a purpose, and then my usefulness in that purpose is just being tossed to the wayside.
I hear you. I am taking out my phone and doing that, like adding an event to the group calendar.
Okay.
Thank you.
Meeting tomorrow, early-ish, kind of based on how our schedule has been before, probably.
Okay. Late morning meeting.
Yep.
Brunch meeting.
At probably where would be? I don't know where it's set for. Anya has
previous
offered
meeting we had was at Anya's office.
Yeah. I'll just do that because it's been established. That feels right.
Okay. At least there's gonna be donuts.
So with a meeting on the books and an arms deal in the immediate future, that is where we will pick up next time, which will be several weeks from now. If
at least 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks from now. We
If
may
not,
have
good
game.
holidays.
We may have
Merry
game on New Year's
Christmas.
Day. If not, it'll be on the 8th of January.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But that'll go out in tweets. Anyways, enjoy your Christmas, everybody. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.